Hey guys, this is Dave with Apex-Used-Appliance-Control-Boards.com, and today we have one of these Whirlpool, what we call thick boards, and I'll show you why we call them that in a minute. But we're just going to go through a couple of things to check before you buy a control board, and this will help you fix the oven and or buy the control board when you need it. So first thing we're going to do is just go around back. We're going to take the back panel off, get in there, and start showing you some real basic checks, what to look for first before ordering the board, and we'll walk around here and get started on that right now. The first thing we need to do is just take the screws out from all the way around the panel here. There's like 10 of them, and then once you get them all out, this just drops right out. Of course, the appliance is unplugged right now. Alright, once we get that out of the way, the control board lives right here, and they can be a trick to get out. We're going to go over that in a little while too. But first things first, we're just going to check the bake and broil elements. We're going to show you where the power comes in. That's in the terminal block. That's right down here. We've got to take this panel off to get to it. And getting access to this terminal block will allow us to determine if there's anything going on here. It's very common to have one of these wires get loose and arc and spark, and you'll be able to tell right away if there's something going on like that. It'll be burned and charred. So you want to check the tightness of the wires first and foremost. Again, this one's off. See, this one's a little loose. Over time, that can cause it to arc and then do all kinds of damage. First thing you want to do is check and make sure those are tight. Okay, guys, we got the wires tight here. So the power is on. Just be careful around live electricity. All right, so this side, in relationship to the central wire, that's the white wire, that one's neutral. I have my meter clicked in here, and then I have this one in hand. This is of course positive, this one's the negative from your meter. I have it set on volts AC, and then you should have 120 volts on both sides. So line 2 is on the left, that's red, and then line 1, that's black. That one feeds the control board. It's going to go straight up from here to the control board for the display. But you should have 120 coming in here and 120 coming in here. And then also you should have then, in relationship to each other, 210 volts roughly from black to red. 210 volts. So the right power is coming in for this oven. That's good. So now we're going to go up here to the control board and check the switch power, meaning when you turn on bake or you turn on broil, you should also have 120. So I just put this one back onto the neutral, and then we're going to come up here to the control board itself. This red wire right here, that's bake. Switch power coming to the bake element. So I'm going to turn that on. And bear with me for a second. Here we go. Okay, you should hear an audible click. That's relay turning on. And you should have 120 volts, which we have here. So far this control board is testing out. And let me just cancel that out. We're going to do the same thing with broil now. I'm going to put that right up in here. There's a blue wire here. We're checking for 120 volts switched. It's just telling me to start it. I'm going to hit start. And there we have 120 volts for the broil side. So far this control board is working just fine. The display is nice and clean on it. This control board is working. Just want to show you these two wires here too. Again, just like line 1 came up, line 2 comes up, and you should have 120 volts coming in. This is right here. Let me get underneath of it. So the line 2 should also have 120 volts coming up. That's both sides of your bake element, line 1 and line 2, to get the proper 210 volts to make your elements get hot. Okay, so the next thing to do is we're going to take this board out, assuming that you found a fault with yours, like you weren't getting bake or broil to come out. You've determined that your control board's bad. Now how do you get it out? So they have 2 screws in. They're kind of hard to get out. We're using a power tool. You can do it by hand, but it's a little bit more challenging. And what we want to do is just get right in here. The Phillips, it's going to come loose. And you'll notice I didn't even take the wires out of it. And get in from the angle. There we go. Of course the appliance is unplugged right now. You know, the first thing I want to show you too, guys, is where the part number is, and this is absolutely critical on these right here. So this one starts with 9762185. That is the part number for all these, and they're all different, and it makes a difference because of the way they're plugged in right here. So you don't even have to take the wires out to get to the part number, but it is important to get to that part number to make sure you order the right one. And then to get the wires out of these, they can be really tight, so I like to do it in hand, and then go with the direction of the splades and just kind of rock hard back and forth, and they'll come out. If you try to pull straight out, it makes them really difficult. So just kind of go with the grain, so to speak, and then pull them right out. Otherwise you can break these tabs. They can be real tough to get out. So next I'm going to show you where to find the model number for your oven. You can find the part number that way also. It's best to get it off the control board, but let me show you where the model number is too, in case you're having a hard time finding the part number. So let's go down here to the front. And then underneath here in the drawer area, right down here, it's going to say MOD, which is right here, and then this long number here, and then there's one out here too. There's one more digit, so it's going to be a 0, 1, 2, probably even up to 3 or 4. But this is the model number. This is critical for buying parts for your appliance right here. If you need a control board, please come to Apex-Used-Appliance-Control-Boards.com and give us a chance to serve you.